Let's get ready to rumble. And I'm your host, MENJ. In the channel, The Muslim Apologist. All right, I'm your host, MENJ. Welcome to yet another edition of Challenge Me, the show where you come on here, non-Muslims, please come on and click on the link in the chat. Come on here and ask your question to challenge me. All right, it's very simple. The rules are very simple, as I've explained for the past 3 nights or so. That's all you need to do. Just come on stage, ask your question, and challenge me with your question about Islam. And before I begin, I will play my intro. So please stay tuned for the intro. Alrighty there. Salamu ala manittabal huda. Welcome to all viewers who have decided to join the show. Today is yet another edition of Challenge Me, the show, the live stream where you can come onto the platform and ask your question about Islam, and I will answer your question in 5 minutes. All right, 5 minutes, and maybe I will even extend it to 10 minutes if it's necessary. All right, right now there's only one viewer. It could be it could be that the euphoria has worn off. I'm not really sure if I will get any viewers today, but that's all right. As usual, I will start the timer right about now. 30 minutes from now, it's already going to be 5 minutes since the stream has begun. So I'm going to just wait about another few more seconds. Yes, it's already 5 minutes, so the timer starts now. So after 5 minutes, I will end the show at around 35 minutes. All right. So I'm just waiting for any non-Muslim to come on stage and challenge me with their question about Islam. Do step up online. The link is in the chat. You can come on stage and challenge me with your question about Islam. All right, before I continue, before we wait, I mean, before we continue with the program while waiting for more people to join, while waiting for non-Muslims to join, for while waiting for our non-Muslim friends to join the show, I'm going to read some of the comments here in the chat. All right. So we have our number one fan here, Palestinian Stars, right? Al Nujum, Al Najam, Al Filastin. Let's see. All right, all right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right. You know that this is one question that I could never answer, right? This is probably the only question that I can answer. Aki, if I know how to answer that question, I would already be rich. All right. All right. Assalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. So basically that is the meaning of the Arabic phrase here. And our brother Palestinian stars have kindly translated it, right? Rabbi shrahli sadri wa yassirli amri wahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Yes. Yep. Yep. I know about this ayah from the Quran, right? So let me see. Brother Palestinian Stars is quite active here in the chat. I'm not sure why there are no one else joining him in the chat today. Massive outrage from Australian Muslims and Christians. Aki, maybe you can inform me what's going on in Australia because I have no idea what's going on there. I haven't actually been watching the news because I have been busy. With interviews and such. Alhamdulillah, I actually had an interview this morning, and I will be having another one next week, inshallah. And yeah, I guess the offers are starting to come in for interviews. That is, hopefully, inshallah, my jobless state will not continue any longer. All right. So if you misgender, all right. I'm not sure what the context is for this comment. I'm not really sure what that is. YouTube remove your comment. Oh, okay. YouTube can be quite a bitch when it comes to comments, all right? Because if they think that you violated their rules, they will cut you off from commenting, all right? So that has, unfortunately, that has absolutely nothing to do with me. I don't have control over it, all right? I don't have control over it. So, yeah, so I invite non Muslims to come on stage and challenge me with their question about Islam. Don't hide behind the comments box. Don't pretend as though you are unseen, unknown. I can see every single comment made here. All right. So if you have the guts, if you are brave enough to stand by your words, please come on stage. The link is in the chat and challenge me with your question about Islam. I've just shared the link here. It's public, it's not hidden from view. All you need to do is click on that link or type out the URL if you want to. It's up to you. And you can ask your question about Islam, right? So I'm going to share while waiting for non-Muslims to come on stage. I will share some of the comments made here. Palestinian stars and LGBT person blaspheme, of course. Oh, okay, that's horrible. Subhanallah. That's Na'uzubillah min zalik. Na'uzubillah. Okay, that's horrible. That's just horrible. That's just horrible. Made a blasphemous joke. I don't think I want to know what the joke was, Aki. All right. I don't think I do. All right. So that's just horrible. Subhanallah. If they dare do it in this country, I think the person's safety is not guaranteed. All right, because he just insulted a prophet of Islam. All right. So Jesus, alayhi salam, in our theology, in our religion, is considered to be a prophet of Islam. Jesus was a Muslim. All right. Jesus was a Muslim. And if anyone blasphemed against Jesus, we would treat him the same way in this country as we would anyone who insulted or blasphemed against the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay, so I think our non-Muslim friends might not know about this much. They think that we will only get upset if the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is blasphemed or insulted. But no, that's not true, because it's not just the Prophet Muhammad. It's also Jesus alayhi salam. It's also David alayhi salam. It's also Solomon alayhi salam. It's also Moses alayhi salam. If you touch even a hair of any of our prophets of Islam, you will be dealt the same way as we would to you should you touch a hair of our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Yes, we Muslims don't tolerate blasphemy. All right, we don't tolerate such insult, such blasphemy, such ridiculous allegations against any of our prophets of God. So this is how we would treat our prophets of Islam. Anyway, let's go back to the subject. I'm still waiting for non-Muslims to come on stage and challenge me with their question about Islam, right? I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting one. I'm still waiting two. I'm still waiting three. All right. So if anyone dares to come on stage, please, my non-Muslim friends, do find yourself welcome here. I do invite you to come on stage and challenge me with your question about Islam. It can be anything about Islam, as long as it's not about geopolitics, it's not about your personal life, it's not about how to get rich and make money. All right. I'm not going to answer such questions because I myself don't know the answer to them. All right. And I'm not interested to know about your girlfriend problems. I'm not interested to know about your family problems. I'm not interested to know whether you had a burger this morning. All I want to know is your question about Islam. All right. So non-Muslims, you are most welcome to come on stage and ask your question about Islam. For Muslims, I'm sorry, my Muslim brothers and sisters, please give our friends, our non-Muslim friends, the chance to come on stage and challenge me with their question about Islam. It's really that simple. The rules are really that simple. All you need to do is just click on the link which has been provided in the chat. The StreamYard link is actually right above you in the chat box. I'm going to share it again in the window. Should you not be able to see it, you can either click on the link or you can type out the URL as displayed right now on the screen. All you need to do is type or click, and then I will bring you on stage and you can ask your question and challenge me about Islam. And you are given 5 minutes to ask your question. The time can be extended if there is no one else in the queue, or if I feel that I should give you the chance to ask another question. I'm a bit more liberal on that. I don't think I should make the rules too strict. After all, this is an experimental program that I might continue after this week. All right. So anyway, the invitation is still on. I invite all my non-Muslim friends, our non-Muslim friends, to come on stage and challenge me with your question about Islam. All right. So do will feel welcome to come on stage. Do make yourself welcome and come on stage to challenge me about Islam with your question. All you need to do is just ask one question. If you want to ask two questions, sure, it depends on your first question. All right, you're allocated 5 minutes to ask your question. If I feel that your question can be answered in less than 5 minutes, of course, by all means, you can ask your second question. All right. So right now we have about 3 viewers on screen. Earlier we had about 6 viewers on screen, but I'm not sure whether they are Muslims or non-Muslims. I'm not really sure. But in any case, do feel free to come on stage and ask your question about Islam. My non-Muslim friends, do come on stage and ask your question about Islam. Don't hide behind your on-screen names. There's no need to be afraid. All you need to do is just come on stage and ask your question about Islam. I'm not going to entertain any questions in the chat from our non-Muslim friends. All I want you to do is to just come on stage and ask your question about Islam. All right, please feel free to come on stage and ask your question about Islam. Right now the stream has lasted about 15 minutes, so that means let me see now. Let's do the math, because we started the stream, they started the countdown from 5 minutes ago. So I guess this means that um we have about 20 minutes left. 20 minutes left before I end the stream. All right. We have 20 minutes left. All right. We have 20 minutes left. The time has just gone down to 19 minutes. All right. 19 minutes left before I consider the stream to be closed. All right. Right now, Alhamdulillah, we have about 5 viewers on screen online right now watching this show live. Even though there are no non-Muslims who are coming on stage, I'm not sure what's hindering you. Are you afraid that I'm going to bite your head off? Because I don't think that would be scientifically possible. All right. All I need for you to do is to just come on stage, ask your question about Islam, and challenge me with your question about Islam. It's really that simple. Anyone can do it. I'm opening the show. I'm opening this opportunity to non-Muslims to come on stage and challenge me with your question about Islam. All right. Please feel free to come on stage and ask your question about Islam. Right? There's no need for name calling. All you need to do is to grow some balls, have the guts to come on stage and challenge me about Islam with your question. All you need to do is to just ask one question to me, and you will be given the opportunity to ask 2 questions if I feel that you deserve another question to be asked. All right. And anyways, I think the traffic has been a bit slow today. It has been very encouraging for the past few days, but today we have about 5 viewers. I think the number of viewership has gone down a bit, but it's all right. I don't do this for views. I don't do this for fame. I don't do this for popularity. All I want you to do, non-Muslim friends, is to come on stage and challenge me with your question about Islam. All right. So feel free to come on stage, click on the link. Don't be a pussy. Come on stage, face me here, all right, and ask your question about Islam. All right. It's very that simple. There's no need to hide behind your fake name. And come on stage and face me right here. I'm right here waiting for you with open arms. I'm just waiting for you to come on stage and ask your question about Islam, your magic silver bullet question, which you feel that no Muslim could answer. Why not ask that question to me? All right. I'm right here. I'm waiting for you to come on stage and ask your question about Islam. Okay, sorry for that because my throat is a bit dry. I've been, calling for non-Muslims to come on stage for the past 19 minutes, but there's still no one who's willing to come on stage. Right now, we have 5 viewers, 8 viewers. Mashallah, it just jumped to 8 viewers, 8 viewers right now watching this live stream. Unfortunately, folks, we don't have any non-Muslims willing to come on stage. I'm not sure what's happening. I think that they are here. It's just that they are. I'm not sure what's hindering them. Maybe they feel that I'm scary dude. Maybe they just they feel that they can't stop looking at my handsome face right here in the yellow circle. I guess it could be hindering them from coming on stage, but I guess there's nothing stopping you from coming on stage and challenge me with your question about Islam if you wear a blindfold. Yes, you can wear a blindfold and I wouldn't even know because you will be allowed to switch off your webcam. You don't have to switch on your webcam. I wouldn't require you to do that at all. So all you need to do is to come on stage and challenge me with your question about Islam. The link is right there in the chat. Click on the link and come on the backstage. I will put you on, and you will be allowed within 5 minutes to ask your question about Islam to challenge me with your question about Islam. All right. Please don't ask questions in the chat. I will not be entertaining any questions in the chat. The point of this live stream is for you non-Muslims to come on stage to challenge me with your question about Islam, right? I can't be entertaining any Tom, Dick, or Harry in the chat. All you need to do is just come on stage. I will put you on now, and we can have your conversation. We can have the answer to your question about Islam and challenge me with your question about Islam. It's really that simple. There's no psychology involved here. It's very straightforward. All you need to do is just come on stage and challenge me with your question about Islam. Don't hide behind your fake IDs. Don't hide behind your veneer or civility. All you need to do is just come on stage and challenge me with your question about Islam. All right. You're most welcome to come on stage if you are a non-Muslim. Muslims, please allow our non-Muslim friends the chance to come on stage to challenge me with their question about Islam. All right. Earlier this week we have Tom. We had Tom from Australia who was willing to come on stage to ask his question about Islam. And a shout out to Tom. Thank you very much, Tom, for the civil question. And I enjoyed that conversation with him. So if anyone wants to follow into the footsteps of Tom, hey, by all means, please click on the link in the chat and I will bring you on and you can challenge me with your question about Islam. All right. So feel free to come on stage and challenge me with your question about Islam. Right. It's very simple. It's very straightforward. It's very easy to do. Even a 6-year-old child can do it, right? All you need to do is just click on the link, come to the backstage. I'll put you on, and you can ask within 5 minutes your question to challenge me about Islam, all right? So, by all means, please come on stage to challenge me with your question about Islam, right? You don't even have to use your real names. You can call yourself Kiki, Lala, Baba, Dada, Tata, Babi, or whatever it is that you want, all right? But please come on stage and ask your question about Islam, all right? And you're given 5 minutes, 5 minutes to ask your question about Islam. All right. It's really that simple. It's really that simple. All right. All you need to do is just come on stage, ask your question to challenge me about Islam. All right. You can come on stage and challenge me with your question about Islam. Come on stage, challenge me with your question about Islam. Right now, we have 7 viewers, mashallah. We have 7 viewers, but no non Muslims are coming on stage. I'm not really sure what's going on. What are you afraid of? Are you afraid that I'm going to bite your head off? There's no such thing. That's not, I don't think it's possible scientifically. But hey, by all means, come on stage and challenge me with your question about Islam. Come challenge me with your question about Islam. I'm still waiting for non-Muslims, our non-Muslim friends. By all means, please come on stage to challenge me with your question about Islam. I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting 3. I'm still waiting 2. I'm still waiting 1. Am I talking to a wall? Am I talking to myself? Am I having some sort of mental breakdown when I talk to myself? I don't know. But please come on stage. Please come on stage to challenge me with your question about Islam. All right. So the timer now is 25 minutes running ever since the stream has started. We have about I guess about 10 minutes left before I declare the stream to a close. All right. Before I declare the stream to a close. We have only 10 minutes left before I declare the stream to a close because no one, no non-Muslim is willing to come on stage to challenge me with their question about Islam. All right. I'm still waiting for someone, a non-Muslim, to come on stage to challenge me with their question about Islam. Okay. I've been talking myself until I'm hoarse to invite non-Muslims to come on stage to challenge me with their question about Islam. I'm going to share the link again. Can just jump on to the stream with this URL here in the box, in the video box that you can see right now. You can also see the link in the chat box above you. And by all means, please come onto the backstage to challenge me with your question about Islam. My only request is that please respect the forum, please be civil, please don't ask questions in the chat because that would defeat the purpose of the live stream because I want your questions to be at right now here on this platform and not in the chat. All right. So I need you to come on stage. I need you to come on stage and challenge me with your question about Islam. All right. It's really that simple. All right. There's no catch to this. I'm not going to bite your head off. All I request from you, my non Muslim friends, is to come on stage and challenge me with your question about Islam. All right. So I'm still waiting for non Muslims who are willing to come on stage, just like Tom from Australia the other day, who was kind enough to come on stage to challenge me with his question about Islam. All right. I'm still waiting for non-Muslims to come on stage to challenge me with their question about Islam. I mean, the program, the live stream, this live stream is pretty much very much straightforward. There's no catch to this. All you need to do is to ask your question about Islam and challenge me with your question about Islam. I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting 3. I'm still waiting 2. I'm still waiting 1. But there's still no non-Muslims who was willing enough to come on stage to challenge me with their question about Islam. I'm still waiting for you to come on stage to challenge me with your question about Islam. All right. So please do come on stage. I'm waiting for you right now. There's about 6 viewers right now, mashallah. Earlier on, we had about 8 viewers at one point, but I think the number has dropped because no non-Muslim are willing to come on stage. I'm not really sure what's inhibiting them. What really is your problem? I mean, I've already given you the leeway to not use a webcam. I've even given you the chance to use even a fake name. As long as the name is not insulting to anyone, do come on stage and challenge me with your question about Islam. I mean, you're all talk in the chat, but you don't dare to come on stage. That doesn't make you brave. That makes you a pussy. All right. Please come on stage. I'm waiting here right now. You have about you have about 15 minutes, I think. Yes, about 10 minutes. Yeah, about 10 minutes before I end the stream. All right. So, by all means, come on stage and challenge me with your question about Islam. All right. There's no reason for you to be afraid. There's no reason for you to feel intimidated. I'm giving you a chance to come online, to come on to the backstage. I will add you to the stream and you can ask your question about Islam. It's really that simple. All you need to do is to click on the link in the chat box and you can ask your question about Islam and challenge me with your question about Islam. All right. I'm not going to entertain anyone in the chat. I'm not going to answer any questions in the chat. I want you, the non Muslim, to come on stage to challenge me with your question about Islam. All right. What are you afraid of? Are you afraid that your mommy will run away with your dog? I don't think I have any interest in your mommy. Please come on stage and challenge me with your question about Islam. All right. Please come on stage and challenge me with your question about Islam. I mean, by all means, you have 5 minutes to ask your question about Islam. After all, I'm a busy man. I have other things to do as well, which is why I've limited the number of questions to just one question per person. And the person can only ask the question within 5 minutes. If I feel that the question can be extended, I mean, the time can be extended by all means. But I'm a busy person. I don't have time to be sitting here all day, unlike certain individuals on YouTube who make money from making mocking videos of Islam. And I shall not name anyone in particular, but you know who I mean, right? I'm giving non-Muslims, though. Here, I'm giving non-Muslims the chance to come on stage to challenge me with their question about Islam. I'm not sure what's the problem with this format. I'm not being insulting. I'm not being mocking towards you. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm giving you the chance to come on stage and challenge me with your question about Islam. Now, don't hide behind false claims. Don't hide behind false allegations. Don't hide behind lies. All you need to do is just to come on stage and challenge me with your question about Islam, right? I'm still waiting for any non-Muslim who is sincere enough, who wants to know the truth, to come on stage and challenge me with your question, with their question about Islam. Right, the timer right now, there's about 3 minutes left. 3 minutes left, right? I have only 3 minutes left to spare before I declare the live stream to a close, because I'm a busy man. I have other things to do in my free time, right? So right now in between jobs. That is why I'm able to commit myself to this particular live stream series. By the way, just as a reminder, this live stream series is an experiment for this week. I'm going to run this for another day tomorrow at the same around the same time. I will have the same format tomorrow around the same time, and then I will take a look at the data and I will find which particular day will I have this series regularly for once at least once a week or once every 2 weeks. All right. So I'm still waiting for any of our non-Muslim friends to come on stage and challenge me with their question about Islam. You have 2 minutes left, 2 minutes left to do this. By all means, come on stage and I want you to ask your question about Islam. All right. Once you come on stage, the clock will be reset. And once you leave, the 30 minutes timer will be restarted again. And then I will have to wait for another 30 minutes before I consider this live stream is or has ended. All right. So right now you have only 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left before I end this live stream. All right. You have 2 minutes left, and there's only a few seconds more before it becomes 1 minute left. 1 minute left before I end this live stream. This live stream has been running for 34 minutes. All right. I don't have all day. I need to go very, very soon. If there's no one willing to come on stage to challenge me with their question about Islam. Sorry about that. I'm just had a cough. Yeah, I've been speaking. I've been, um, announcing my lungs off, shouting, screaming my lungs off, um, inviting non-Muslims to come on stage to challenge me with their question about Islam. And yet we are not getting any non-Muslim who's willing to come on stage to ask me their question about Islam. Right now we have seven viewers, mashallah. But I think this live stream is coming to a close now. It's already 35 minutes, but hey, I'm going to extend it for another 2 more minutes. I'm going to extend the live stream to another 2 more minutes before I end this live stream. So at the moment, we're not getting any love from the non-Muslims. I'm not sure what's going on right now. I think that they are in the chat. I think they are among the viewership, but they are not coming on the live stream. All right. They are probably waiting for something. I'm not really sure what it is. Perhaps they're afraid that I will bite their head off. I can assure you that I have no such intentions. All you need to do is just to come on stream and challenge me with your question about Islam. It's very easy. You are given 5 minutes to come on the live stream and challenge me with your question about Islam. All you need to do is just ask one question about Islam, which you feel that I can answer. If you think that you want to ask another question, it depends on the first question. If I feel that you should be given the opportunity to ask another question, by all means, I will give you that opportunity. How favorable do you want me to be? All right. By all means, come on the live stream. Don't ask questions in the chat. All you need to do is just come onto the live stream by clicking on the StreamYard link that I've provided in the chat box above, and I will add you to the live stream, and you can ask your question and challenge me with your question about Islam. All right. You have about 15 seconds left before I declare the stream to a close. All right. Before I declare the stream to a close. All right. There's about 10 seconds left. 10 seconds left. 5 seconds left. 5 seconds left. 3 seconds left. 2 seconds left. And it's over. It's over, folks. All right. So this live stream has been running for 37 minutes. I've said that I will end the stream at 35 minutes, but I was willing to extend another 2 minutes, and yet there are no non-Muslims who are willing to come on stage to challenge me with their question about Islam. I guess perhaps they need to go back and rethink their strategy, because if you think that I'm going to entertain any of your comments, you are totally mistaken. All I want you to do is to come on stage and challenge me with your question about Islam. I will not be entertaining any of your questions in the chat. All right. I want you to come on stage and face me and ask your question about Islam, to challenge me with your question about Islam. All right. So I guess that's pretty much all from me, folks. Brothers and sisters in Islam, thank you for coming on to this live stream. I guess we won't be seeing any non-Muslims willing to take up my simple challenge to them. All I want them to do is just to come on stage and challenge me with their question about Islam. Well, non-Muslims, I know that you are watching, but in any case, I have to end the stream. By all means, you can come onto the live stream tomorrow. There will be another repeat of this same show, this part of this whole series tomorrow around the same time. By all means, you can come on stage tomorrow. I know that you are waiting for something. I'm not really sure what it is. But hey, by all means, do feel free to come in tomorrow, to jump in tomorrow and ask your question about Islam and challenge me with your question about Islam tomorrow. So I guess this is goodbye to you all. Thank you very much for coming online, watching my live stream, even though we're not getting any non Muslims online today. But hey, I guess there are people who are watching, and for that, I really do appreciate it. So, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.